Welcome back to our podcast,
Shift Happens!
The podcast where we talk about mindsets. I'm Sophie.
I'm Giulia.
I'm Giulia.
And I'm Edward.
And in this episode, we're going to talk about the transition from the autocracy mindset to the participatory mindset.
Now, what is autocracy? Well, autocracy is the idea of leaders taking control and not listening to the others' opinions.
And participatory mindset is about making decisions all together.
So today we're going to see a real-world example of the transition between these two mindsets.
Let's dive in.
Good morning. I already handled the project, so just do some Excel sheet and, as usual, about everything was already decided and set it.
But we haven't seen the project
We're
yet.
allowed you to talk.
But we have more ideas to share.
No worries. I don't care.
Yeah, but we have to worry about the sustainability goals.
I just handled them. It's easy. You just do your Excel sheet and put the right number, please, at least.
I wonder why he hired us for.
Oh, guys, do you agree that it was a typical example of autocracy mindset?
Absolutely.
100%.
Yes, and we can tell this because the decision making was centralized, the authority was top down, and the employees were executing rather than contributing, don't you think?
Yeah, absolutely. I think also the idea of you work for me, I'm gonna command you.
Yes, that's the typical logic under. And this is really problematic today in this world because it creates fear-based compliance instead of genuine collaboration, and also it suppresses creativity, innovation, ownership, and it doesn't align with today's fast-changing work environment that demands adaptability and collaboration, don't you think?
Yeah, but actually the story isn't ended yet, so
Yeah.
maybe something will change.
True, let's dive in.
No, wait. We have to talk about the history, guys.
Edward, always the history. Tell us about it.
Alright, come with me, guys.
Okay, guys, so I'll be talking about the history of autocracy. So, as you can see here on my left, we have three different countries. So we have China, Mesopotamia, and Egypt. And with these three different countries, each of them demonstrated autocracy. So, for example, in Egypt, there was the idea of their rulers were taking control. And in China, it was the mandate of heaven, as well as Mesopotamia, it was focusing on gods were choosing the rulers. And then now if we go a bit further on, you can see that there's different ideas of why it lasted. So the first idea was how it was organizing large populations with only one person in control. It really allowed the ruler to take control, not listen and have any issues. It also mobilized infrastructure so the ruler could decide very quickly and not have any internal conflicts. And then also the idea of building infrastructure that really allows you to kind of create different infrastructures, and the autocracy took control and there was not much of a kind of deliberation, and they got to have those different rulers take control. And enforcing law with all those different rulers, they would have the idea of not listening to others and having the power above all the other ones. So that's a bit of history on autocracy, and now we're going to transition back.
Hi, guys. How's the project going? Guys, the project is not going well. I need your help. Guys, why are you not listening to me? Probably I was too harsh on them. They don't even listen to me now. They don't trust me? If just had listened to them, now the project would have been going faster, better. It wouldn't be falling all on me. I really need a team. I really need help. I really need their participation.
Oh, see, like I told you, something was about to change. Yes, honestly, I didn't expect that from his bossy behavior.
Great plot twist.
Giulia, could you maybe tell us some more about this transition that we just seen from a sociology and psychology point of view?
Yeah, of course, we can talk especially about the meaning of leadership and the change from a system of control to trust and inclusion. And then also the materials are changing too, from closed office to open dialogue,
Like our podcast, for example.
yeah, of course. And of course also the competences are changing too, because we are changing from giving orders to co-deciding and also listening to everybody and each other.
This fear of losing control is becoming actually collaboration and shared purpose.
Guys, I can smell something. It's the smell of
Shift happening! Okay guys, but let's see how this story continues and how this new mindset is like.
Hi guys, I want to start this day apologizing with you. I didn't behave well with you. I was way too bossy. I should have let express yourself. You're a great guy and you have a lot of things to share. And I really want to say I'm sorry for the autocratic way I was behaving. I want to shift to a more participatory way of doing things for the project too. So please feel free to express yourself and let me know everything. No worries, no need to raise your hand. Just go for it.
Just wanted to say that it takes a lot of courage and we really appreciate that.
Thank you very much, but it was the minimum to do. You know, I'm just here to listen.
So guys, now we can say shift really happened. You just saw Tobia going from my way or the highway kind of thinking to listening actually to his team. That's the essence of participatory mindset, making decisions with people and not for people. It's built on the idea that everyone has a say through things like self-management, democratic thinking in hiring and shared leadership. When people feel involved, they're more creative, they're more inspired and more willing to do work. Sure, it can make decisions a bit slower and it takes strong communication skills and absolutely trust, but this mindset fits our times completely because the best results came from many voices and not just one. So yeah, Tobia, the shift really happened.
I mean, yeah, that was interesting, but before we have our special guest, I actually want to talk about the history.
Not again.
Yes, again. Hey guys, so now about the history. So the origins are, eventually people began to experiment with shared power. So two places stand out. Ancient Athens, the birthplace of direct democracy, and the idea was with citizens gathered, they debated and voted on laws themselves. The Roman Republic was where elected officials, assemblies and checks and balances from an early version of representative government. So those are different examples of history that we've seen in the past. And these weren't perfect systems. This excluded many people, but they planted the first seeds of participation, accountability, and civic voice. So why does participatory thinking survive and has expanded to this day? And the reason why is the participatory mindset didn't truly take off until much later, during the modern era. It gained momentum through three major events. The first one was the American Revolution, which was introduced the idea that government should come from the consent of the governed. And the other one was the French Revolution. And with the French Revolution, which happened in 1789, it challenged kings and declared citizens equal under the law. And then our final example, which represented the kind of modern era, was the idea of how workers, feminists, and civil rights movements expanded participation beyond wealthy men, pushing for universal rights, representation, and equality. Back to you guys.
Now let's welcome to the studio our main guest, Tobia.
Hello Tobia, welcome to the studio. We have many questions for you right now.
How was it like when you first started? You were really bossy and we could tell it was a really autocratic mindset. How was it like?
The power was in my hands, you know. It was great. At the same time, it was difficult, like, because things weren't going well and I felt the responsibilities.
What were the barriers, the main barriers to adapting to participation?
I would say first I was afraid of losing power because everything was on me. Second, I didn't trust my team that much because maybe they were skeptical too because I always had to guide them, but I felt I had to change. And third, I didn't want the hierarchy to be too messy, you know. I was afraid that everything would have become just random, but instead it didn't end up like this.
For the people that are watching right now, what would you suggest them if they want to replicate your type of leadership?
I would say don't be afraid of losing power. If you're losing some of the power you have, you're not giving up on something. You are making your team able to express themselves. Keep them inside every project you're doing, even in small parts. I would say keep a bit of a hierarchy. At the end, everyone is saying their opinion and it's good, but if it's too much, it's gonna be too messy. Everyone has an opinion, every good input can come from everyone, but always be able to manage a bit the team. It's a mix of all the things, but at the end of the day, letting everyone deciding is way better.
Can you synthesize all of this with one phrase?
I would say shift happens.